All right, we're all started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first show of Who Are You Missing in Heaven? And I am creating this show really to help others see how a medium receives information, because that's what we do. We perceive, we receive information, and really how to demystify mediumship, because I want everyone to know that heaven is for real. Heaven is for real. Your loved ones are okay. We're all doing good. We're just down here for this earth's journey this time. We're going to come back again. So if you screw something up this time, it's okay. You got another chance next time. So today I have invited some guests on. So whether you're on the show or whether you're watching this on replay or it's being recorded, thank you for joining me. I'm so happy to have some guests today that will share in this new show with me. And if you have any questions, especially my guests, please, this is an interactive show. So we're just going to do our best, all of us, to bring you something that's very real. And I am a full-time medium. I do readings all day long. These might not be as long as a regular reading, but that is okay. I am going to admit my assistant. She's coming in a little late. And so what I ask of you today is we're going to take a moment just to quiet our minds. So I was asked this week, I'm from this man. He called me and he said, I'm an engineer, but I can't quiet my mind. I can't meditate. I can't get in touch with the person that I love. And I said to him right off the bat, you're a man that thinks a lot. He's an engineer, right? So he has an analytical mind. That's very hard to calm down sometimes. And so for me, before this, I did a little prayer, and you're going to see me too. I'm going to quiet my mind and ask your loved ones to join me. So I told this man if he could just learn to quiet his mind, he would be able to receive the signs from heaven. They're subtle, sometimes they're music, sometimes there's lights flickering, sometimes there's noises, but your loved ones are always trying to get in touch with you. I promise, I never lie. Your loved ones are there. Hello to my new guest. Hello. We started, so I'm kind of in the middle of a little spiel here about how you can get in touch with your husbands. You might want to call them, but your loved ones in heaven. So what happens is we need to clear our minds. We need to make room to see the signs. We have to acknowledge the signs. When you see that cardinal, say hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. When you see that butterfly or that dragonfly, you really want to acknowledge the signs. I was even watching another medium who's an animal communicator last night, and she was telling you how to watch the signs when your animal's around. And how many of you know how to feel an animal around you? Does everyone have an animal that's crossed over? Laura's saying no, Bonnie's saying yes. And you can unmute yourself, guys, unless there's noise in the back. Yes. So do you feel them with you sometimes?
Definitely.
So sometimes you can feel them jumping on the bed, or you can hear their little feet scamper across the floor, or you'll feel them, you're making dinner and you can feel your animals by your side or by your ankle, or however they used to very much talk to you, right? So those little things that they know that you would pick up, they're going to try to do. Same thing for our loved ones in heaven. When they cross over, it's a big time for them to get a message that I'm here, I'm safe, I want to say at peace, but they really want, it's kind of like they went on vacation, but they very much want you to know they got there. So we're going to think of our loved ones that pass over as going to Hawaii. How's that? Because I've been there a couple times and it's pretty nice. And what I'm saying is they all went to Hawaii, but they're like, Bonnie, Laura, Susan, Brenda, I'm here. It's Hawaii. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's everything I ever imagined, right? That's what happens when someone passes. And they are never, ever alone. There is always someone there to take their hand and to lead them through. And then everyone they have known, their loved ones, whether they're here or there, and I mean here, whether they had a relationship with someone here, like their friends, your friends are there to meet you, your parents, your guides, Jesus, like everyone's there. And I've seen that for myself. So I only teach what I really know. And I tell this story. When my dad was in the hospital, I was sleeping that night, and in all of his loved ones, all in a row, waiting for him. And his mom, who I never got to meet because she passed when he was 4, jumped up and waved to me. And how did I know her? From a picture. And I went, oh, he's going to get to see his mom. And the next day, he passed over. But what were they saying to me? What were they showing me? We're here, we're waiting. There's no reason for them to be afraid or for you to be afraid for someone to pass. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Even though it hurts us physically, still, not to have them here, of course, right? I still miss everybody and I can see them up there a little bit, but we have to know that this is just our schoolroom, and heaven rather is our home. So you have to think that we're all going to go home, but this is our schoolroom. So this is where we're going to have trials and tribulations. This is why we're going to be asking, well, I don't know how to go from here to there, or we're getting bumps in the road. Because if life was just smooth, right, then we would be home in heaven. So we're going to keep having things happen that we don't like, or that seem a little bumpy in our life. But if you can just take that bumpiness and say, okay, this is the journey that I picked for myself. And then say, so I'm having a hard time with this, but what lesson can I learn from this? Because really, us being here on earth is about learning lessons. So if you can learn a lesson with grace, that lesson can go away, because then you've really learned it with grace. It's in your soul, it's in your heart. You no longer need to hold on to it. Does that make sense for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So who's ready to start this show with me? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bonnie, I'm going to start with you first. If everybody does want to mute themselves except for Bonnie, if you can do that. If it's hard for you, it's okay. If you can't find it, Susan, it's fine. She's like, I'm not sure how to do that. It's fine. So Bonnie, let me ask you, well, can we do one thing first? This is what I started with, I think, is can everybody just sit back in their chair nice and comfortable? And I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in through your nose and pull it to your heart, and then let it out your mouth. And I'm going to ask you to do that 2 or 3 times. So just in,
Oh, goodness.
hold it, and out. let go of everything from the day. You are here and in this moment. In through your nose, hold, and out. Now, in your minds, I would just like you to think of someone that you would like to hear from today. It might be your dad, your mom. Think of their name. Ask them to join us. They are safe. We are safe. One more time. All right. Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
Bonnie. Bonnie, will you say your name, just your first name out loud for me?
Bonnie.
All right. Bonnie, I'm going to ask you who are you missing in heaven? But do you have a dad in heaven as well, hon?
Yeah, my dad.
So when I was doing my little thing, I kept hearing dad, dad, dad for Bonnie. So I will let you. Is that who you were going to ask for, Bonnie?
Both my mom and dad. Yeah.
Both mom and dad. So what's dad's first name?
Um,
Tom. Okay. What's mom's first name?
Bonnie.
Oh, the same way you spell it, or me?
You.
Really? Well, I'm going to like her better. No, just kidding. Okay, so let me tune in a little bit here for you, Bonnie. I am seeing your dad come in. I'm seeing a nice, strong man in his personality. He's coming in middle age, so he's not bringing me to the end of his life, but I know he did live to be older, right? But he's coming in the middle of his life. And he's doing that because you must have a picture of him all healthy and strong, dark hair, nice big shoulders. And I just really feel like he was a hands-on man. You know what I mean? Like he's telling me he wasn't wimpy. Would you understand that?
Yes.
So he's saying to me, if I had something to do, I wouldn't call someone else to do it. I would take care of it. He said, I'm the person that people called. So your dad getting calls, can you do this? Can you help me out? My car's broke, or I need a tire changed or something. And he's just saying, I was that guy for people. Do you understand this, Bonnie?
Yeah.
He's giving me middle life. That picture, would he have been in his 60s, or does his 60s mean something to you, Bonnie?
60s is when.
He felt good, right? In his 60s, at the beginning of his 60s?
Yeah, the beginning.
And
Yes.
then in the middle of his 60s, didn't his health start going down?
Mm.
That's what he's giving me. So I said 60s, and you went kind of like this, and he goes, no, I was good at the beginning, but in the middle, it seemed like thing after thing after thing started happening in his life. Would you understand? And he's telling me that that's when he had to start taking medication as well. So I
Yes.
don't know if there's like high blood pressure there, or watching his high blood pressure. Would you understand that? And would you understand people not wanting to give him treats or sweets?
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with the high blood pressure, but I feel like they're watching his diet, and he must have liked treats or sweets or cakes, right? Because
Yeah.
he's giving me a nice chocolate cake with some frosting on it, and that's kind of my thing. So he's such a sweet man, though, right? And you must have. I know you do have a sibling, but he's saying my kids. So is there 3 of you?
Yes.
3 of you, good. See, he didn't lose one. I know you had a sister. I didn't know you had another one. So he's saying 3. So remembering all of you. Now, would you understand, Bonnie, that you're very soft-hearted, and he used to say that to you? Because he's telling me she's soft-hearted. My dad would always say, it's okay, honey, you're crying over TV, but you're soft-hearted. And your dad says to me, my Bonnie's like that too, Bonnie. You
Yep.
understand? So I don't know if you're old enough to remember Lassie or those shows, but he's just saying that, yeah. And I feel like dad always knew how to work with your energy, Bonnie. Like he knew you were sensitive. So he wasn't going to try to give you a dirty look or anything like that because he knew that you would take it in your heart.
Yeah,
Understand?
I do.
So when I just say, Dad, what do you want to say to Bonnie? First of all, he wants you to know he's with Mom. Did she live a longer life than him? No, okay, because she's standing right next to him. Okay, did Mom get some gray hair before she passed?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because that's what she's telling me. She's standing right next to him, right? But I'm like, but you have gray hair. And she's like, yeah. So I thought she was like maybe here a little bit longer, but she's not, but she does have the gray hair. Okay. So I feel like she likes her gray hair though. You understand? Like I'm not going to dye it. I'm going to let it go gray.
Did.
Understand? Okay. And I think you had a different opinion about that a little bit, Bonnie. Like, I feel like she was like, I don't care if others didn't like it. I didn't mind it. I wanted the gray hair, or I didn't want to go have it done anymore. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she liked to get her hair permed in that, but she didn't like to bother with color.
Not the color, not the color. So there you go. So that's her little way of sneaking evidence in, oh, that only you would know, that she didn't, and her, that she didn't like to color her hair. So I want to finish with Dad though. So I'm just going to ask him to step closer to me a little because I want to get that message for you. Because he wants to say, you were always my sweetheart. And I know, do you have a younger and an older sibling?
No, they're both older.
They're both older, so you're the baby of the family. Okay, so, all right. Dad's telling me that you're the apple of his eye. And I just feel like, you know, you were a little special there, right? I mean, he loves his children, but there was a special bond between you and Dad. Would you understand that?
I took care of them a lot. I lived right with them.
Oh, okay. So you even lived with them. Okay. Because he's just saying there's I'm going like this. So spirit moves my hand a little. There's an attachment there. Like there's a cord that runs from you to him and Mom, right?
Yeah.
So he just says, Bonnie, I'm so proud of you and I want you to keep taking good care of yourself. So I feel like you started some new things in January, maybe like the rest of us, just watching what you're eating or moving a little bit more. Does that make sense to you, Bonnie?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
there something there you wanted to start?
trying to get through some difficult times.
Okay. And he wants you to put yourself first. Okay. And Bonnie, I know we live in New England, but he wants you to start walking. So I don't know if you walk already, but he's like, he wants to get you moving a little bit. And I don't know if you like to go outside, but I know that he's showing me outside. And I know that's very grounding if that helps you in your situation. Does that make sense, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pull you a message from heaven card. I will pull a card from your dad, and then I will tune into your mom for a minute. Your dad's just saying you got a bunch of bumpy little roads there that's happening. You understand? So remember that whole spiel I did before when the show started, like everything that usually comes out of my mouth is something that they put in to share. So know to take a hold of that lesson and look at it for what it is, Bonnie. It's just a lesson. It's nothing that you can't rise above. Okay. Dad was a nice tall man, right?
Yeah.
Because he's being kind of funny, but he's saying, I can put her on my shoulders and she's way above all of that trial and tribulation. So dad's got you. Do you remember as a little girl, him putting you kids on his shoulders?
Yeah, especially in the water.
He's just giving me that. I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. So there you go. That's just a little something from Dad. And Dad says, do not be sad, for I am with you still. Do not be sad, for I am with you still. Okay. Mom, come on back in, Bonnie. And do you have different middle names?
Oh, no, her name is Connie, not Bonnie.
Connie, okay. And who has a different middle name? Not sure, Bonnie. Let me see what she means by that. Were you named after someone, Bonnie?
I think we both share the same middle name.
Okay, so you have the same name, but not as mine.
Her real name is Evelyn.
Uh-huh. And what's her middle name?
Everyone called her Connie.
Connie. And what's your middle name, Bonnie?
Sure, her middle name was Louise and mine is Louise.
Oh, and mine's Lou. So that's why she was saying, but not the same middle name, not the same middle name. Still an L, but not the same middle name. Spirit doesn't waste a breath. So I'm just like, where is she getting that? Well, we don't have the same middle names. There you go. Okay. I feel as when your mom comes in that she's a real homemaker. Would you understand her liking to be home, being in the kitchen, being in the home, running everything? I feel like she had her hand in doing a little stuff though, because she's kind of like doing the checking account or the finances or something. I feel like she runs the household. Does that make sense to you, Bonnie? It doesn't. Would you understand your mom liking to bake and cook?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to take back what I said because she showed me an apron and I see her in the kitchen, but there's something she's writing. So she made me feel like maybe she was
Still
doing,
like writing letters and stuff.
oh, kind of in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I do my checking account. Okay. So I'll take that then. I knew that there was some writing there in the kitchen though. So, and would there be a special birthday coming up in the family, Bonnie?
Yeah. My
Okay.
daughter.
Your daughter? Okay. It's coming up though, right?
Yep.
Okay, because she gives me a white decorated birthday cake and says happy birthday. So that's her way of getting a message that I'm going to be there for the celebration and I want you to know, she loves your daughter, right? There's a closeness there. And now she has a few grandchildren, right?
Yes.
Because she's going like this to me saying, I love all my grandchildren. I love all my grandchildren. And I just feel like they're a big joy as she's getting older, she says. Okay. I'm gonna let her give me one more thing. She wants to tell you she's up there dancing with Dad. So when they were younger, I feel like they'd put on some music and dance around. They seemed like they were a happy, fun couple. Earlier in their days and meeting, there's some music and some dancing, and she's just saying, honey, I hope that we brought that joy to our family. So when you were little, she just wanted that joy of that relationship they had and that fun that they had. She wanted that to be brought forth to her family. So I hope you and your siblings always felt that and always felt love, because
I
that's a big thing.
listening to the country music and that in the kitchen a lot.
Oh, okay, there you go. So that's the kitchen again, the music, the joy, the dancing. They just wanted to make life joyful. And they said, don't forget that. That's the big thing, especially with you right now, Bonnie, not to forget the joy.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going like this. Keep the joy in your heart. Now, I don't know if at Valentine's you sometimes buy yourself some flowers, but she's saying she's liking some red roses. So I don't know if that's something Dad did or she's just telling me they were romantic. But Bonnie, if you need to lift your spirits, don't be afraid to go get some flowers and put them in a beautiful vase.
Okay.
Makes sense to you?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I'll give you a message from heaven card from your mom. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. Cut me a piece of that birthday cake. There you go. How's that? That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Thank you, Bonnie. I love both of your parents. They're so cool. So
Thank you.
all right. Laura, may I come to you?
Hello,
Hi, Laura. Can you say your first name out loud for me?
Laura.
And why I do that is everybody has so there could be 100 Bonnies on this screen, but we would all be heard and seen different because we have a different vibration. But you have a different vibration. So when I ask you to say your name, I just feel that vibration. And Laura, who are you missing in heaven tonight?
I'm not sure if you can channel pets, but my father and my kitty cat.
So Dad's first name is?
His nickname was Skip.
And your kitty cat, what's your kitty cat's name?
Cleopatra.
So this is the thing with cats. They can be a little finicky. Dogs seems to be a little easier to get sometimes than cats, but I will try for you, Laura. How's that?
Thank you.
So Laura, would you have like 3 cats in heaven that you've had in your lifetime?
We have 2.
So do you have a cat now? No. So
No.
there will be a third one then, because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 in your aura there that will mean a lot to you. So have you been thinking about getting another cat?
Yes, and I think the third animal you're seeing could have been our bunny because they're all together.
It might be, but I do feel like you're thinking of getting another cat and then you're two more.
Yes, please.
And I feel they showed me more than just your 2 that's passed to give you that heads up to go ahead, because that's a lot of love for you. Okay. Now let me see. Would one of your cats would have been black and white, Laura?
They were both calico, but my bunny was black with a little white.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the bunny. Let me see, because I'm seeing black and white. So maybe they want you to know your bunny's there too. Did you have your bunny for a long time? Because just a short time.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Was there more of a tragic passing with your bunny?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to get some information for you. And so they use my hand. So like you thought your bunny was okay one day and then not the next. Does that make sense to you?
That is correct.
And I also feel like it left a big hole in your heart, because there's like, if I would have known, or I could have done something differently, but you couldn't have. Okay, so they're trying to relieve you of that pain, and it's still there. It's very deep, right? But you see, your bunny was with your 2 cats. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I feel did they know each other at some time, or did you have your bunny with a cat?
Yes.
Because he likes the cat.
Yeah, that's good. That's good because they're
Okay.
together now.
Was there something going on with his food, Laura?
She was just finicky. The bunny was finicky.
Okay, because I'm just getting on like my food, or it made my stomach sick, or something kind of like that. So
That makes sense.
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to listen to the cats and the bunny. And it's so funny because There's a cat that's still jumping up on your bed at night. Remember my talk about, so you must have had a cat that used to wanting to sleep with you or get on your bed all the time.
That would be correct.
And I feel like they like to sleep right in the middle, like in a hole. You want
Yeah, right in my little nook.
Okay, because they're going like this, so they're using my hands. They're all okay. They're all okay. Okay, they're gonna help you pick the next cats, or maybe if you get a bunny, they're gonna help pick them for you, okay? Because they know that you really like a cat to snuggle up and be all over you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a cat and it's not like that. I try to pat it and it's like, I don't know, off in the other room. Brenda's laughing because she babysat my cat, but that's how Marley is with me anyway. So let's see if I can bring your dad in. I'm going to pull a card for you first, Laura. Ask Skip to step in. I do see your dad now coming forward. Your dad is stepping forward, but he's dressed nice, but he likes to be outside. So maybe khaki pants and like a nice shirt on, but a little zip up jacket. So you must have maybe a picture of him dressed this way. And he's also sitting down in that picture. So do you have a picture of him sitting down as well?
I do. And he wears a vest. He used to wear a vest because he was always cold.
Oh, okay. So that's why he's doing that. Pulling
Yeah.
it up. Okay. And there's a hat on his head too. So sometimes I see him wearing a hat.
Yes, it was a navy hat. He wore a navy hat.
A navy hat. Okay. And I do see some thinning of the hair a little bit when he got a little bit older, but I do see like that navy hat or baseball hat going on as well. He wants to thank you for all that you did for his care. He said if you needed to have a great daughter, Laura was a great daughter, and she just has to know that she did everything that she could. And he thanks you now for still being so active in the family and trying to kind of keep everybody together, like you're the glue now that holds everybody together. Would you understand that? I feel like it was your mom, but now you're taking on some of the, hey, let's get together, let's end up in the same place at the same time. Would you understand that, Laura? Or that's what
I do understand everything you just said. Yes, it all makes sense.
Proud of you for like taking that bigger role, but you've always had a bigger role. Like you've always been the sweetest daughter. Do you remember your dad keeping his keys in his front pocket?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have his keys or do you know where they are? It's kind of like he's showing me his keys in his front pocket.
I do not.
I see some coins in there too. So I do know that some of his things are in a box that you would open up. It kind of looks like a wooden box. I don't know if you have that or your mom has that, but there is a box he's bringing me to, and it seems like it has trinkets in it.
Oh, he had a lot of trinkets.
Yeah, so he likes his trinkets. So that's why he's talking about them today. So who's got the box with his trinkets in it, or they're spread out a little bit, he's telling me.
They have been spread out a little, but my
Spread
mom.
out. So he just wants you to know he knows who has his trinkets. He also loves that you have a picture of him hanging on in your home. Would you understand that? I don't know if it's the living room or the dining room, but it's a really nice room. And he likes being in there. There's a lot of light, he says. You understand that? So a lot of windows, there's like 2 or 3 windows. And I feel like you also, there's like a little altar place as well. So I don't know if you have a crystal or his picture there, or, but a place where you go and say hi to him. Does that make sense to you?
I have a candle and I like the candle.
Good. So to him, that's like an altar and how you're honoring his spirit. So when you're lighting that candle, Dad's with you.
Okay.
All right. He said, tell my little girl not to worry so much. And Laura, have you been seeing the cardinal come in?
No, I have not. And it's funny you said that in the intro.
Have you been feeding the birds? Sometimes they're like the cardinal, but unless you've got a bird feeder out there, but I'm seeing a cardinal. So do you have woods in back of your house?
We do, and we have this nice big black bear, so we had to pull the bird feed in, so.
I
No,
think the bears.
I think
by now.
yeah, I think the bear's asleep now, so I could put that back out there.
Because I know that he gives me the cardinal for you. So just be looking for that cardinal, okay? And
Thank
that's just a sign from Dad. And he says, thank you so much for watching over Mom and the rest of the family. Okay. And
Mhm.
I will pull a card for you from Skip. Love never dies. I am only a heartbeat away.
Oh, how sweet.
Right here, Laura. Your dad has a nice, funny sense of humor though, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's like right here and he's just like, I don't know, I feel like he could chat and tell stories forever.
Yes, and he was the life of the party.
Yeah, I feel like he wants to get everybody here going tonight, so it's kind of cute. So
That would not surprise me.
yeah, so still doing the things that he loves. I do believe your parents lived in Florida, correct? But
They're from New York and Florida, yes.
so he keeps showing me the ocean. So just know Dad's version of heaven is he's at the beach, he's on a boat, he's sailing it or something. I don't know what he's doing, but that's Dad's version of heaven, and he wants you to know that.
We actually rented a home over the summer and it was on the beach. So I know he was there.
Did Dad like to golf or something?
Oh, yes.
Okay, he's going like this on some green grass, so I'm thinking it's golfing. So that's Dad made it to Hawaii and he's golfing. All right. Thank you, Laura. I leave you with the blessings of spirit.
Thank you.
Hi, Susan. May I come to you next? Oops. Now we gotta unmute you. So Susan did good getting muted, and now we gotta unmute her.
Unmute. Okay, yes, I'm
There
good.
you go, Susan. Susan, who are you missing in heaven?
Well, there's many people. However, I'm trying to channel some energy into my stepdad.
And just just know that in heaven, a father just comes through as a father,
That
which is
he
nice.
was like a father to
And
me.
can I have his first name?
Paul. But well, they called him Okie.
It's okay. Paul's good. I saw someone step next to me right when I wrote Paul down.
But I have two Pauls in heaven too. So
So this one's a taller one while I'm sitting down, but he seems pretty tall. Does that make sense to you, with darker hair? He would have wore glasses sometimes. He's coming in dressed in like a polo shirt or something. And it might be a picture that you have of him.
it could, well, see, my brother's name is Paul too. So that's
It's okay. Let me give you this. Let me give you a little bit more because I'm asking for your stepdad. So, there would be a different feeling there. And I feel like he's saying, it feels like he raised you. So
Yeah.
was he with you a long time?
yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got your dad in heaven, Paul. And what was he giving me? I was about to say something, and let me see. Okay. Hardworking man. He's going like this. Hardworking man.
Yes, he was.
I feel like he's very on top of things when he was here, though, like with finances and things.
Yes.
Or banking or business, or he said he likes to know the nitty gritty of how things work.
Yes, he definitely. Oh, yes, he did.
That's what he said. That's what I gotta say. So he's going like this. I like to know
Yes.
the nitty gritty things. He liked to know where his money was going. So money seems to be just the evidence that he's bringing for you today. Like he likes to know where it's going. So he likes money, right?
Yes, yes.
It's one thing in his life, like he liked to have cash in his wallet. You understand? Because
Yeah.
he's got that long wallet. He's showing
Yeah.
me and it's full of money. Oh, I like that.
Yes.
No, but he's a nice guy. I feel like he was generous when he needed to be. That's
Yes,
what he's saying.
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
generous when I need to be. If somebody needs something, I'm going to help them. But
Oh,
if somebody just wants to kind of use someone, then he's going to make them work for it themselves.
Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. He was definitely like that. Oh, my gosh. Nail on the head.
It's okay. He's a nice guy. I feel like at times he's telling me he could be really easygoing, and then sometimes he had a little bit more, had to be stern.
Well, the gruff side sometimes.
Yep,
As
so I'm
needed.
calling it stern because, you know, it just seems like when it's needed, then he had to be a little like that.
Right. Yeah.
And would you have, oh, you do have a brother, but he's in heaven.
Yes.
Do you have another one too, or just Paul in heaven?
I have another brother here.
Because it felt like there was more than just Paul in heaven, right? So was he a little more gruff with the boys, Susan?
He was definitely stricter with them
That's
to a
what,
certain degree.
it's okay. That's what he was saying. So I
My
knew
youngest brother, he like, oh yeah, he could get away with everything.
he's just telling me now. I love everybody, but you know, if somebody was trying to pull something, or somebody was, you know, like 16, 17 and wanted to go out, like
Yeah.
he didn't want you to get hurt.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
So
yes.
that's when I feel like he was very focused.
Right.
Okay, good. All right. So let me see what he would like to say to you. First of all, he comes closer and he says, he's not going to call you a stepdaughter. It was more like you were his kids. You're his daughter. Those were his kids. He feels responsible for them. He tries to take care of all of you the best that he can. Do you
Yes.
understand that?
Oh,
To
yes.
his ability, he's going like this. I kind of prided myself on really trying to give them a good home, a good life.
Yes, he
And I
did.
know he just says to me, schooling meant a lot to him. So did he send you to school, or he wanted everybody to get through school?
No, not one of us went to school, but he always guided us to making
How
choices.
about your kids, Susan?
My kids, he's actually more focused on my sister's kids.
It's
My
okay.
nieces and
Is
nephews.
some of them going to school?
Oh, he helped them go to school.
Okay, because
Yeah, that's where this right here.
I just know that schooling meant a lot, so he was helping with schooling. So
He was helping them. He was doing what he wanted to do, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I think he just wants you to know how much it meant, the schooling part. And I feel that's because, you know, he might have not have gotten the education that he wanted.
Right.
Okay.
True.
So just know if that's been a thing between you. He's just here going, but I did it because of this, but I did it because of this, but I love you all. I love you all.
He definitely did. He definitely did.
I am going to pull a card from him.
Thank you.
Did he have something going on in his chest area when he passed, Susan?
Yes.
Heart? Is it like the heart area?
Heart. Yes, definitely the heart.
And it just seems like it was quicker in the end. If you could,
quick in the end.
and not being able to say those goodbyes.
Right. No, we couldn't say.
Okay.
I was not privy to some information either. So, but that's okay. I'm accepting that. I didn't know he was on that verge of passing.
I feel like even he didn't know it was gonna be that quick, because he goes like this. I was hearing it.
Quick. We didn't know it was going to be quick, but
Did somebody else already get this card or no? So I'm going heart, 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 and I am just a heartbeat away.
oh goodness.
I am just a heartbeat.
I like it.
Okay. And I'll leave you with those blessings.
Thank you.
And I hope they offered a little healing to you. just a little healing.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely felt it,
okay, good.
needed it. Time.
Michelle, may I come to you?
Absolutely, Bonnie.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I am great, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And who are we?
Sorry,
missing
I was a little
in
late.
tonight?
We are missing Mark.
Mark. And Mark is,
He was my soulmate.
okay.
And he also died with the father of my son. Does that make sense?
I think so.
It's
So
crazy.
it's okay. It's okay. So you were married and had a child, and then his friend.
No, I was never married. I wasn't married. I was with this guy for a while, a very long time. We traveled together. I loved him deeply. He decided to keep on traveling, and I ended up with somebody else because he was gone too long, and I ended up getting pregnant with, but the reason why I'm saying this is because for some reason, the two of them were together on the night that they both got killed in a car accident, and they never hung out together. So I'm curious, because I've always wondered, I wish I could ask him, why were you with him?
So let me see. Let me see what I can do. So you would have known Mark when in his younger days, though, because he's coming through younger with a full head of
Yes.
hair, and he feels.
Yes.
Wow, was it like in earlier days as well, like 20s or 30s that you would have?
I turned 21 when we traveled together.
Because, and this is Mark though, right?
Yes.
Right, okay, because he's saying that you've known each other for a long time and when you were younger, so 20s, 30s,
Yes.
so you would have known each other way back from the 20s. Okay.
Absolutely.
And there's something about after school, which 20 is after school. There's something about school he wants to talk about. Did you go to two different schools?
No, we both grew up in the same town.
And what would be the parting of ways?
He traveled. He was a travel nut, and he decided to stay
after
traveling.
School, you guys traveled, and then there was a separation because he kept traveling. Okay, because he has
Yes.
my hands going like that. So I know that there's
Yes.
a separation there, but a physical separation because of the circumstances. Okay.
Exactly.
And you know, I just want to give you what he's saying to me is, I hope I didn't let you down. So
Never.
that must be something that he just really wants you to know, that I feel like he tried to put you on a pedestal. He's going like this, like to him, you were like everything. Do you understand? Like you were, he's going like, she was the girl. You understand?
Yep.
So I don't know if he liked country music or you do, but he's playing me a song, and there's a new song out, and it's called Not Settling Less, but she was higher up than him. So it's a country song that just came out, but I'm hearing it played. So I feel like he's saying she was up here and I was so happy to have her. Do you understand? Does that make more sense?
Yes.
And does that make sense to you? I know the song's different, but it is a new song out, but I'm hearing it. And so that's how he felt in his heart. Like he just, you were just high on this pedestal for him. Why was he with your ex in the car? Did you say they got off in an accident?
Yeah.
Would they have gone off on the road?
They had.
So
Yeah,
my-
they were on the. Yeah, they hit an abutment on the highway.
Okay, okay. And would you understand them being out having fun that night? Do you understand, Michelle, was it at night? Were they out
Yes.
having a good time?
Very much so.
Okay, because I'm just listening to him and he's like, well, he doesn't know what to tell you. They were out having a good time. And I
Okay.
just felt like there was a little drinking going on, a little partying going on. And I feel like it got carried a little bit too far.
Okay.
Okay. In other
Yeah.
words, they might have, should have called someone, but they didn't.
Right.
But they were out having a good time, and I felt like they were just reconnecting, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but he's saying reconnecting.
Okay. Okay.
You understand
Yeah.
that, Michelle? I feel like
Yeah,
they-
I think I do. No, I think I do. I can understand why they were connecting at some
he's
point.
telling
Yeah,
me they had some things to work out or some things to talk about. There had to be
absolutely.
a blending there. They were trying to get back to a good place.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Let me see, Mark, what do you want to say to Michelle? So he feels very romantic, Michelle. He says, just tell her I'll love her forever. Okay. Now, Michelle,
Yeah.
he looks into your house. Are you making sure and locking your doors at night?
My boyfriend does. Yeah.
Okay, because that's what he just gave me, locking the back door, locking the back door. So could be his way of saying, I know who's locking the back door.
Okay. Okay.
So let me pull a card for you, Michelle. Till we meet again, know that I am there, protecting and guiding with love.
That's awesome.
Protecting, and then he just said to say, who's locking the back door?
Gotcha.
Well,
I love it. Thank you.
you are welcome, and I'm going to leave you with those blessings. And
Wonderful.
so I'm going to thank you all for joining me tonight, and my lovely assistant in front of me, Brenda. Brenda, I can hardly see your face, honey. It's so dark. So I will catch you next time. But thank you, lovely ladies, for helping me with this show today. And I hope it showed some evidence and how we can still connect and how people are dancing or golfing or still have all those memories in their heart, and they're only a heartbeat away. So I hope that this has helped you in some small way. And I want to thank you, whether you're watching this on the replay, and I'm thanking my guest tonight. Thank you for being here on Who Are You Missing in Heaven? And remember, when you want to call your loved ones close your eyes, do that breathing, say their name, and they'll be like that, just like that, in a heartbeat, All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you.